Oh, you're being ridiculous. He's a professional football player.
No, look, I'm not talking about killing the guy. I'm just talking about going up there with a group of dudes and intimidate him. Maybe break his arm.
You can't break Tom Brady's arm.
Oh, yes, I can. No more Super Bowls for that pretty boy.
Listen.
Robert better not get in my face, because I'll drop that mother.
What did you say? What the f*** did you just say?
Bomarooski to the near side.
What are you, a fucking lunatic? You and your mom are hillbillies. This is a house of learned doctors.
I respect him as a coach, but I'll be damned if I allow someone to,
But I'm gonna kick you repeatedly in the balls.
You got long balls, man. Long balls. You got long-ass balls.
You can't pick up.
You know exactly what you've done, sir.
That's bullshit. I'll say it again. It's bullshit.
Nah, I'm just pissed off.
Let me tell you something with absolute honesty and concern for your well-being. Tom Brady would kick your ass.
You know, I was rude and inappropriate, and, I just want to say I apologize.
I'm sorry that anybody could be offended by something that we were just having fun with, and I enjoyed it, and we're going to continue to do it.
All right, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of the Ricky Williams Trilogy. This is John B. Easy Durnell with Duke Thompson. That's right, everybody. I didn't mention the last part, the Moose. Moose will not be with us this week due to some problems due to tragedy in the family. So because of that, we're going to continue without him. So right now, we're not three. We'll just be two. A nice, acute angle is what we are right now. So, Duke, what's been going on in the world of baseball?
Well, man, the World Series is back, my friend.
That's right, man.
Two teams.
Is your team in it?
Dude, I haven't watched baseball in years, but no, they made a good run and choked the Braves. But no,
right.
But
well, my team's not in it either.
It's fine. But you know what? Who's in it, which I think is amazing? The Washington Nationals, man. I
love it. I hope they actually take it all. The Nationals, actually, the city of Washington hasn't been in the World Series since 1933, I think, something like that. And the Nationals have technically never been to the World Series as a franchise. Now, I mean, if you want to go back and talk about them as the Expos, I think they made it, but I don't think they ever won. So either way, this is very important for that team, that franchise. And, man, I hope they take it all because Bryce Harper said this year that he was going to bring a championship back to D.C. while wearing a Phillies jersey. And maybe he is. Maybe he is bringing them a championship by getting off the damn team. Because with him on the team, they weren't winning the damn championship. And with this new Juan Soto kid, I mean, he's been jacking the ball out of the park, man. It's amazing. So, you know what? Maybe he was right to leave and say that he's bringing a championship to D.C. because they could do it without his, I need $330 million ass.
Exactly, man. This is what we call addition by subtraction. And you know what, Bryce, dude? I mean, I'm glad he got paid, whatever. I just didn't think
the man got paid for good hair. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
he's paid for good hair.
He's got an attitude. He's got swag. He's got
good hair.
He's not the next Mickey Mantle.
They're never going to give a bald man $330 million. I'll tell you that right now.
Nah, dude. But I love it though, man. This is what I love about baseball. It's not like the Patriots and NFL where they just dominate every year. Some team can slip in there again. Then we got the Houston Astros on the other side. It looks like they're building a dynasty now because after the World Series in 2017. Yeah. Come on, man. I mean, this is fun now. This is baseball. It's not like, oh, yeah.
Right.
Even the Yankees are beatable.
3 years in a row if it wasn't for the Red Sox being so damn good last year.
That was just
so damn good.
I don't know who they Boston sold their soul to the devil to get that many championships.
And in that short a period of time, man.
Oh, man, dude. I mean, we got Patriots still killing it, which, they're probably going to be this year. Red Sox, they just seem now that curse is gone, that they just pop off a championship and then suck the next year.
Yeah, they do that, don't they? Where they're like, we just won, but we'll take a year off.
Yeah, we're cool, man. We got that championship. We'll ride that shit for 2 years. It don't matter. With the Red Sox, people love us. They'll build a fucking statue for us out there.
Yeah, they're getting more rings than Yankees, so that's what they love up there.
And I was disappointed about the Dodgers not making the World Series. I wanted to get your take on this. Ice Cube said on TMZ, if you didn't see recently, that the reason why the Dodgers weren't winning was because they needed more black players.
You know what, dude? I'm not against that, man. I feel like they do have like this new curse of Jackie Robinson, where you allow the first black player to play, and now you ain't got no Negroes on the damn roster at all. Like, you can't find nobody good in black. Hey, go fuck yourself. Like, I mean, this, you know what I'm saying, though? Like, I'm not up there. I'm not the GM, you know. I don't have anything to do with the hiring and firing, right? But, like, the only Negro you got on the team is Kenley Jansen, who's from, like, Europe, dog. He ain't even from here. Ooh. So, like, I don't know, man. It's like there ain't a lot of black people, so Ice Cube is right. But, I mean, there is a black manager, which is something they hadn't done ever, which I think was surprising, that the first time you get a black manager was 2016. You allow the first black baseball player, but you ain't got nobody running no leadership roles until the 2000s. You go screw yourself again on that one. So either way, the Dodgers do need to probably put some black people on that roster. You gonna tell me ain't nobody good in black? I don't believe.
I mean, well, still these young American kids just ain't playing baseball like they used to. I mean, they moved on to more exciting sports.
Well, they moved on to basketball because basketball is where the shoe contracts are.
That's where you get paid for nothing, though, dude. Like literally, you give me the 6th, 7th. You can be like the last player, the worst player on your team, and still be making like $60, $70 million contracts, man.
On basketball? I mean, that's a little bit much. I mean, they get a little exaggerated. You got to at least be out on the court running around a little bit.
Well, 6, 7, 8, man. I'm just saying, like basketball, man, you get paid, dude. I mean, Zion got paid, didn't he?
Well, no, but he got paid through Nike. He didn't get paid.
Exactly, because –
But
I'm saying, you can make a nice living. If you even on the team, you still make a nice living in basketball.
Well, of course, dude, because it's a very small roster. It's a roster of 12 people, dude. You are one of 12 people, whereas the NFL, you're one of 50-some-odd people. Whereas in baseball, you're one of 20 to maybe 40 people on the roster, depending on the time of year. Not to mention that you have, again, other players throughout these other damn minor league system, you know, teams. So, like, there's so many people to pay in all these other sports, but in basketball, you ain't paying that many people, so they want to get paid.
That's true, man. I just say, but baseball is a longevity sport. I mean, even though Vince Carter did play for, I mean, he's still playing last year, man.
No, he's playing this year, dude. Vince Carter is still playing. Don't act like he's retired.
He hasn't retired. Yeah, I thought.
No, dude, he's still on the Hawks, man. Don't batten up. That man hit like 5 threes in a row the other day. Now, granted, it was preseason, but he hit 5 straight threes in a game. Vince trying to have a good year this year, man. He's trying to have his, swan song mean something.
Oh man, dude. So also too, speaking of baseball, man, have you heard that the major leagues is working with the minor league baseball, and they're talking about getting rid of some teams, man, up to 40, dude. Minor league teams, man.
Well, dude,
That's sad,
they have a lot, dude. If we're gonna get down to it, I'm sure a lot of these owners and stuff are a little upset because there's so many damn minor league teams that they have to pay out for that it's getting out of hand. Some of these guys don't ever make it anywhere. So what are you paying them for? Just so that, for the love of the game? Screw that, make it a smaller, little market there. At one point in time, it made sense to have it, but now it seems like it's a little too much. Like, I can keep single A, double A, and triple A, that's fine. But we don't need, like, these other single-A affiliates, man. There's, like, multiple affiliates for, like, you got the single-A for, like, single-A, like, the good single-A and the bad single-A. Like, you've divided single-A. I mean, for goodness sakes, man, that's single-A. It should just be, like, either you're good enough to be single-A or you're not. Why is there a good and bad division of the crap division? Like, this is ridiculous.
I mean, seriously, baseball is beloved. And, yes, minor leagues do get supported. I mean, I do National Sounds.
Well, yeah, how do you not support a dollar beer?
I mean, yeah, exactly. The National Sales got a nice new stadium downtown. I mean, it's awesome.
From what I understand, though, people are really supporting that because the damn ticket prices are more than, like, going to a Braves game.
Yes, exactly. And I mean, also too, I mean, it's baseball, dude. I mean, these are the young up and coming superstars. You got your guys coming down, maybe working on some techniques. I mean, we got to see Michael Jordan come through Nashville while he was playing baseball. Dude.
Well, yes, dude.
Because,
sadly, that's the only time I've seen Jordan in a uniform was a baseball uniform. So that's pathetic.
Hey, that was historic. And you know what? If you watch the documentary, Jordan Rides the Bus, the Boston Red Sox manager who won the World Series with them was his hitting coach at the time. And he did say that given the fact if Jordan did stick with it, he would have developed that swing and been a pretty decent baseball player in the major leagues.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was fast. He worked at it. You could tell the man had the work ethic of a champion.
But I'm just saying, because people have that view of saying, "Oh, he failed." It's like he didn't really fail. He quit because of the baseball strike of '96. So he had something to do, man. Also, too, the suspension for gambling ended.
Right.
So he could come back.
He had a place to go. And he knew the Bulls would always take him back no matter what.
But they're cutting down from 160 major league teams minor league teams down to 120. 160 teams
that's
is quite
fine,
a bit.
dude. That's
a
fine,
lot.
dude. Yeah, because think about it. There's only 30 teams, right?
Yeah.
So if you have 30 baseball teams, each team should have 3 affiliates, right? So that means at the most there should be 90 minor league teams. There shouldn't be so many minor league teams.
Yeah.
If there's only 30 baseball teams.
If you got if you can do single, double, triple, and then that's it.
That's
so
it. You don't need to have
teams. Yeah.
multiple single A's and multiple that don't make sense, dude. That's just wasteful.
If you can't make it those rules, then maybe you shouldn't be playing baseball. Sorry, but the minor leagues is there to develop players, and at some point, man,
And plus,
how many teams you need?
And they're probably not always selling out, and that's probably what the problem is, dude. They're not always selling out in the middle of nowhere, West Virginia. They're not always selling out in I don't know, Topeka, Kansas. They're not always going to be selling out these games, and that's what the problem is. They're not generating enough revenue for it to make sense to keep these affiliates, man. I just know they're not. Because, I know the Jethawks, which is near me in Lancaster, dude. I go up there for a game, dude. If I spend $20, I'm sitting in the quote-unquote diamond seats. Dog, I'm right behind home plate for $20, and people are bringing me food and drink for $20. It's crazy.
And actually, too, the MLB proposes to get rid of the Appalachian League, which was created in 1911. The teams that face an end, this is actually down south, the Pulaski Yankees, Danville Braves, Bluefield Blue Jays, Bristol Pilots, Bulletin Royals in North Carolina, Elizabeth Twins in Tennessee, Greenfield Reds in Tennessee, Johnson City Cardinals, Kingsport's Mets in Tennessee, and Princeton's Waves in West Virginia, dude. Damn.
Good Lord, dude. That's so many teams so close to each other. I can understand why they don't want to have that no more, man. We're talking about Johnson City probably has that city probably has 6,000 people at the most, man. So, who's coming to the baseball games?
Exactly. That's a lot of teams to support, and baseball is just not as popular as it used to be, where it was the only game in town.
Well, right, dude. It's like the show, what is it, Brockmire or whatever, that show about the announcer for baseball. He was sent to the middle of nowhere where there is, a problem with fracking. There's literally nobody watching these baseball games, but they're just still doing it because it's a tradition, Those traditions probably could stop. But either way, man, right now the Nationals look like they're, in a good spot. Took one away from the Houston Astros. So they might be able to win the World Series this year, man. I'm hoping they do.
Hey, good for them, man. I know that the Nationals, Washington did not have a team for a while because they were the Expos?
Yeah, they were the Expos before, and then a long time ago they were the Washington Senators. One of the only teams in history to have a game not finished due to a brawl.
Oh my goodness, that is awesome, people, and that's where you get your tidbit information at the Ricky Williams Trilogy, because you can bring that up in casual conversation at work, my friend. Yes, do you know that the only game to never end, was because of a brawl, was Washington.
Well, no, they're just one of them. They're one. There's only 3 games in baseball history that didn't finish due to a riot, and they had one of them.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I mean, that's like soccer, dude. But you might die if you go out there.
Yeah,
so,
baseball changed when we became part of this earth, man. You know, the riots and the brawls just ended.
Well,
also, they stopped selling beer for real cheap. They're like, maybe that's not a good idea.
I don't know, dude. What was it, like 10-cent beer night?
Well, there was 10-cent beer night that ended in a brawl, but that was already after they had done a 5-cent beer afternoon. Just imagine that, dude. 5 cents for beer in the afternoon. You know, we would have been there at 19 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Hammered in Cleveland, Ohio. Just reeking of booze coming back home.
Just reeking of booze. I mean, puke on yourself, booze. I mean, you just.
Oh, dude, I would have puked on myself twice, man. I probably would have rolled in with $5 and acted like a fucking maniac.
$5, man, would have got you toasty.
Yeah, dude.
I mean,
I would have had like 3 of them. I would. I still have $2 on my way home.
Let's be honest, man. You may have lost a couple dollars. You may have lost a couple dollars just because you're that drunk, too.
Yeah, maybe that's true.
Who knows, man? But you would have had a good time. That's the point, my friend. I mean, that's the kind of things we need. I mean, now you spend like what, $12, $15 for a beer inside of a stadium.
I would love it if the Dodgers had like a $5 beer night. That's not even close to 5 cents. But if they just did a $5 beer night, you know how rowdy that place would be? Now, you can't do that against somebody like the Giants or any kind of rival in which we might try to kill. But, like, if we're playing somebody that we don't care about, like the Marlins or, like, I don't know, Blue Jays, you know, teams that we don't see very often or care about, do, like, a $5 beer night. Let people get rowdy, get a little crazy, you know? And then jack it back up when it's the Giants.
People do love alcohol, my friend.
Yeah,
people do love alcohol.
They like having a good time at the ballpark.
They love having good times, my friend. Well, and, you know, like I said, speaking of having good times, football is still around. Aaron Rodgers.
You didn't mention the start of basketball, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot my chance to talk crap about LeBron.
Yes.
The Battle of L.A. has started.
And they're already losing in the Lakers' locker room.
Oh.
They lost last night.
Because LeBron's a bitch.
Well, yeah. And they also have Frank Vogel as their head coach. I mean, come on, dude. Did you really think Frank Vogel was going to do something?
I may call LeBron the B-word. I apologize, LeBron, okay? If you're listening, I apologize. But look, we know you run that team. You don't need no coach. Why don't you just say you're the player coach, man? No one's going to coach LeBron James.
Right, dude. Like, that's what the real problem is.
He has more basketball intelligence than most coaches in the NBA, my friend.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's a full general.
Vogel is going to get fired one way or another. He shouldn't even have been hired in the first place. They wanted to hire Jason Kidd, but Jason Kidd beat up his wife, and that's not good PR. So if you fire Frank Vogel, and this happens to just be the assistant coach that moves into his spot, then you didn't hire him. He just happened to be what you needed at the last resort or something like that. So, like, I know what the Lakers are doing. They're trying to be slick. It ain't really that slick because if I can see it, I'm pretty sure other reporters can too. But
it kills me, though, because, like, dude, just LeBron just come out, like, with that. It's about the – you just want to be coached, dude. Who cares? Like, why even have it? Like, for what? For the guy to run practices to carry LeBron's, like – because those players listen to LeBron more than the coach.
Well,
so
of
really
course they do, man. And that's why they're not winning. There's no coaching. Like, if the man really wanted to win championships and do it the right way, his ass would have gone to San Antonio. Pop would have taught him how to play some real basketball. But he would never go down and be coached by Pop because if he doesn't do well under the best coach there is out there, then that's him. Then he's the problem. If he has Frank Vogel's stink, then he'll be like, well, it was Frank Vogel's fault. And they'll be like, well, it was Frank Vogel's fault. Poor LeBron James. I'm so sorry he was put in a situation with such bad coaching. So, I mean, that's all it is. I mean, Frank Vogel hasn't been good. in a long time. He was only good in the East because the East was trash, man.
I know, dude. I know, seriously. It kills me so much because LeBron, now what, he brought Anthony Davis in. Now you're just going to be
poor Anthony Davis. Now he has to lose under the biggest spotlights in the world. Like when he was losing in New Orleans, no one cared. He's going to start losing in L.A., people going to care.
Somebody going to care, dude.
Right, dude?
Somebody's going to care.
People going to care, and I don't know if he can handle that. But on the other side, though, dude, the Clippers. What?
What? Yeah, dude. I love the Clippers. I was a fan of the Clip. Hey, listen. This is some crazy podcast. You suggest to listen to that podcast. I need to too. But I love the Clippers, dude.
Man. That whole stuff with Sterling is, I mean, it's about the most racist, inappropriate. I mean, he ran that shit like it was a fucking, like he was a slumlord. He was the slumlord of a basketball franchise. And that's outrageous, dude. You know, like, it's like as if like, oh, hey, man, there's mold in the ceiling. They'd be like, no, there's no mold. You know, like, I mean, that's basically how he was running stuff, man.
Well, I've been a fan of the Clippers since they were the San Diego Clippers.
Jesus, you weren't even alive.
Yeah, you can't. I know, but still, I love this. I love the fact that they're the like B team of LA. I love the fact that they're going to be a thorn in the LA Lakers side because Kawhi Leonard decided to show up in LA. Hell yeah, dude, and make LeBron just be a thorn in his side for the last day of his career because, you know, he was going to make him the only guy to win championships with 3 different teams, the Heat, Cleveland, and LA. So, hey, those are 2 because it's like, it'd be awesome, right? But, hey, LeBron, it's just not that easy when people don't like you.
Right, dude. I was hoping Kevin Durant would come down here and be that troll, but he wasn't man enough, dude.
Oh, dude, I know, man.
Kawhi did it. Kawhi manned up, man. I loved it.
I love Kawhi. I love Kawhi since he was with the Spurs. I remember him just hitting those threes, man. And I was saying, man, dude, this kid can fucking play, dude. I just thought he was always going to be with the Spurs, but they messed up his injury. I mean, he got coached well when he was with Popovich. I mean, he never some good shit. So, I mean, it wasn't like, because he carried that shit on Toronto, carried Toronto to the championship.
Yeah, Toronto didn't look bad, though, yesterday, man. They still looked good. They played well against – it was the Pelicans. So, I mean, let's, take that with a grain of salt.
Who Zion Williamson now is –
well, he's not going to be there for 2 months, man. No, he's out for 2 months because he's too fat, everybody says. Everybody's like, he needs to drop weight. Well, they are fat shaming him because they even were like Charles Barkley dropped 30 pounds when he was in the NBA because it helps with the longevity. And you know what? It's probably true. I mean, he probably should cut like 15, 20. I don't know about this whole 30 business, but if he could at least drop 15, 20, that would relieve the joints a little bit and he'd probably be a little better.
That's true, man. We all could lose a little bit of weight except you, man. You're like a beanpole over there.
I could still lose weight, man. I'm going to have to drop the Zion weight.
Oh my goodness, dude! You look like about like a runaway slave almost, man.
Well, dude, I need to look like a runaway slave that hadn't eaten in a long time.
Oh, dude, because that's that LA style, isn't it, man?
Yeah, dude.
They just shame you, dude.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to start doing a vegan diet, man.
It's that unhealthy look, like you just got out of a fucking prison camp.
That's what they like, dude.
You know, POW style.
Either I have to be jacked like Terry Crews or The Rock, or I have to look thin and emaciated. So, I mean, it's one or the other. And getting jacked, dude, is a lot of calories.
That ain't right, man. That ain't right. But, so Zion's fat. He's going to get knee surgery.
So Zion's fat.
I mean, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, it's true. People. They are saying that. Well, everybody's trying to say that he's, like, in shape but not in shape.
Dude, but there's linemen on. That's true. There's linemen, dude. I mean, look at Jarrell Casey. I mean, he has a butt crack from hell. He's fat as hell. He got a big old belly. He can still run. I mean, I guess it depends on the person, but I always thought, yeah, I mean, he could lose a little bit of weight, but I thought he would just lose it by playing.
Well, probably not because he's going to probably still have the same intake of calories. He probably is going to work out the same way he used to. I mean, he might drop a little bit of weight, but if he does with his regular routines, I mean, he probably was running and playing ball every day, which he's going to be doing now, so he wouldn't lose any weight because of that. You have to change your diet. If he's not changing his diet, then he's not going to be losing any weight.
No. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, people are just fat shaming. I hope his career goes good with the Pelicans. The Pelicans could use him, apparently. Basketball, I don't really start paying attention to basketball until maybe Christmas, which I believe they should.
Well, Christmas is when the Lakers and Clippers are going to be playing each other again, so that's going to be an interesting time.
I mean, what I'm just saying, that's when they should start the season. That would be a great way to start the season, like in Christmas when people pay attention because we got NFL playoffs.
Well, to be honest with you, this is the first time people actually did pay attention to the opening tip-off because you know how, like, opening day in baseball is real important. And then, you know, the first game of the football season is real important. You know, and I'm sure people love the first day of, you know, Champions League soccer. Like, I'm sure everybody gets all hyped for that. I just don't pay attention to that. Yeah, but when it comes down to basketball, it usually just kind of happens, right? So, like, this year it didn't just happen because it started off with, like, 2 good LA teams. Like, usually if you start the season with the Lakers and the Clippers, they're like, well, the Lakers will beat the Clippers and we won't even, you know, have anybody down there to report on it. But this year, dude, apparently they had like over 400 press passes that they had to give out for the game. Like it's a postseason game, dude. It was the start of the damn season. So everybody's real excited about the hype. It's really cool to see the Clippers doing well, especially because they beat them without having Paul George on the court. So I think the Clippers are going to be the real deal. Lakers need to figure out something.
I love it, dude, because, like, with my hope with the Titans, you know, they can make that resurgent because I love to see new teams come along, man. And I've always had a soft spot for the Clippers because they were always the butt end of every single Lakers joke.
Well, I mean, they were just the butt of every joke in sports, man. They were the worst franchise.
Yeah, they are. I don't
Professionals.
know. Yeah. Who's worse? I don't know. Yeah. Padres.
No, it's still the Clippers, man.
Dude,
I mean, when you have 2 decades of being the bottom barrel, over like 2 full decades of people just knowing you ain't winning more than like 10 games, like that's pitiful. That's real pitiful, dude.
Who would be in baseball then? Or let's see, football.
I mean, your laughing stock in baseball. I mean, I would say for the longevity time would probably be the Padres because I don't think they've made the postseason, dude, since like 2007. So like
Tony Gwynn was still alive, man.
But yeah, dude. So I want to say it was like 06, 07, but they like tied the Dodgers. So I don't like they didn't even like go. They didn't like win the division. Like they like tied and had a playoff game. I don't even know if they made it in, but I think it was 2006, 2007 was the last time they went to the postseason, and that's over a decade ago. But, you know, I would say for the NFL, it's got to be the Cleveland Browns, even though they've bounced back from it. And they also had that good little year with Anderson as the quarterback. Unfortunately, they missed the postseason with a 10-6 record. You know, sometimes that's just how it goes. But, you know, I would say the Browns are that laughing stock for the NFL, the Padres for the MLB, and it's been the Clippers for the NBA. And I don't know for hockey, maybe it's Toronto, because Toronto's been really bad for a while.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but they got that historical legacy. Like
they do, but recently they've been pretty rough, so I don't know. We'll see. But, again, I don't know hockey as much.
No.
But as far as
hockey started recently.
Hockey did start, man. Hockey's been going.
So we got hockey, baseball. We got all 4 sports going on at the same time.
It's true, man. It's a magical moment in sports right now. It's a magical moment.
Magic, dude. I mean, you got the World Series going on. That's going to be
and technically
amazing.
Champions League soccer has begun too. So, like, I mean, if you love all sports, man, you're jizzing in your pants right now. But one sport that we need to talk about, because we always talk about it, is the NFL, baby. Things happened this past week. One thing that happened was a victory for the Titans. Now,
we
unfortunately,
gotta start right up into that, dude.
we're going to start right there. Why not? Why not start with a victory for the Titans? That should be a good thing for you, Duke. It should be something you should be happy about.
It is, man. I mean, I picked against them last week, but hey,
you know what? I picked for them, even though I was going back and forth because I literally knew that this game would be like a flip of a coin, and it kind of was, man. You know, if the refs didn't intervene as they did, because it seemed a bit odd that he couldn't get that 1 yard down there, and one of them did look like he got across, but they claimed he didn't. So whatever, dude. That's what the
refs did the job.
Have been the victim of the other side of that too. So what, you know.
I mean, that's why I was really shocked and amazed because it's like we always on the other side of it. We don't get the breaks. It was like, oh yeah, they're gonna call that. There's not enough evidence to overturn it, man. It's a touchdown, man. You know, and then like
this time you did
calling it right. Wow, dude, that just is amazing. Now let me say my piece about this real fast. You're right. Mariota did not make it, so you're right. Tannehill did start. I believe you're right because he didn't have faith in him. And yes, I am butthurt because I believe in the guy. I think he could go far to find the right team and have success. It just won't be here. But Tannehill did look like a better improvement. He was a little quick on the balls, a little snapper. Somewhere Corey Davis shows up finally. 5 years later.
But here's the thing, dude. Maybe it wasn't Corey Davis. Maybe the ball wasn't getting to him fast enough. Because when I was watching Tannehill, as you were saying, the ball seemed to be coming out faster. So maybe he was getting the ball to them on the route faster. And maybe Marcus is almost throwing it as if they're running like college routes. Like they're not – I think he's expecting a later break, and these NFL wide receivers are trying to do a faster break. I feel like that might be what's going on here.
Also, too, I think I've seen him make those passes, but I didn't see him make those passes after the nerve injury. So I don't know if it's still bothering him, if he just doesn't have the same zip on your ball like he used to, which could totally be it. You know, I mean, nerve damage is one of those things that you can't really say. But Tannehill was running that offense and bringing everybody in. Like I said, I wish Mario the best because now – after last week, we are moving on. There's no doubt.
Right, that's pretty true. I mean, because if you're trying to make a run for the postseason in a division that's still kind of up for grabs, I mean, I wouldn't say it is as much as it was a couple of weeks ago. But with that victory, you guys definitely have a better chance of getting in the mix now. And I think Tannehill is probably, the way to go because it doesn't look like the team believed in Marcus anymore.
I think they did. It was just like they were playing differently for me. Like it was they love him, his teammate, but yet they understood that maybe he wasn't the answer. And, you know, Tannehill getting that ball faster, making zips. Corey Davis finally showing up. Now you got A.J. Brown on the other side, which is fucking amazing. It's just a hard pill for me to swallow because I really love Mariota. I think he's a great guy. Love his play. Love his heart. But if it was the arm damage, I hope, like I said, maybe he can find success somewhere else. And,
But here's the thing. Do you think – besides maybe the Cincinnati Bengals, do you think there's any place that would take him? Where could he land? Because nobody really needs, or at least nobody thinks that they need, a quarterback. You know, like everybody else has gone and gotten a quarterback.
I could see him taking up a backup role somewhere, though. Maybe just to sit out like, I don't know. I mean, or be brought in to compete.
I mean, dude, when you get brought in as the backup, that's where you usually go to die at this point in the NFL, man. Like,
I know.
You don't make it out of the backup position very often unless you're young.
Hey, he's still got a few years on him, like I said. The NFL, man, it's fucking people falling left and right.
I know the
and
NFL.
Trubisky, now they're talking about even giving up on what's his name in Chicago. Probably that.
Well, dude, Trubisky is terrible.
Is he really that bad? I haven't seen him that much.
Come on, man.
We joke about it, but
he really is pretty bad, dude. I've never seen a more disgruntled offense. I mean, the offense doesn't know what it's doing. He doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. It's just foolishness now, man, how bad that offense is. And when they brought in Daniels, at least he made it look a little better. But it really, I mean, there's too much talent on that offense for them to look that bad. And it's mainly because of the quarterback situation. I mean, it's the same with, like, the Jets. I mean, you got Le'Veon Bell, but you got Sam Darnold doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Seeing ghost, man. Seeing
what an idiot.
ghost.
I can't believe he said that.
I mean, like, here's the thing. I appreciate the honesty of it because, like, dude, I mean, that Patriots defense looks amazing.
Well, he didn't know what he was reading. He was reading one thing. They lined it up differently than they normally would.
Yeah.
He didn't understand that they were running basically the same thing from a different formation. And it's just like, that's the stuff I would do with you all the time on, like, Madden and stuff, where I'd run from the same formation, like 18 different plays. And you would, like, you would see the same thing, but it would be something different each time. And you wouldn't know what the hell's going on. You're like, last time you did this, the rush came from that side. Now it's coming from the middle. Now there is no – like, I mean, I would just do so many different things from literally the exact same play. You would have no idea what was going on.
But you know what, man? I could always get over the screen pass, man.
Yeah,
Beautiful
you know what?
Passes.
It's some way to get down the field.
That's right, dude. No matter how you do it, as long as you get there, man. And Sam,
48 plays later.
Sam Donald, though, man. Like last week, they were praising the kid. They were saying he's going to be the franchise player. He had one bad week. Maybe this is a learning lesson for him. I don't know. Got to see how
this
he
isn't
handles
his
this
first
week.
bad week. I'll tell you that, though.
Yeah.
He ain't no Mitch Trubisky, but he hasn't impressed me as somebody that needed to be picked in the first round.
See, and that's the thing that kills me is that, like with the Titans, I know Tannehill's not the answer. I want to look for a young QB. I mean, we tried with Luke Falk, and oh my goodness, that was horrible. That kid was like, I mean, you saw him. He was the string for the Jets and got brought into the game because what's his name got knocked out. Sam Donald's already out.
Oh,
And
yeah,
the
because
backup
got knocked out.
Yeah, so
One of Elway's pride and joys.
one of Elway's pride and joys because we all know that Elway could pick a quarterback because somehow Flacco is still looking like crap out there, even against the Kansas City Chiefs defense. My friend.
All right, I guess since
That was.
team,
Let
we
me
can
tell
talk
you a
about it.
story of my friend. So I was in Vegas. I was at the Bobby Flay Mesa Cafe. It's like a little Mexican grill. Had a little veal. It was delicious. But the
You
sports
say
book,
you had veal?
yeah, dude. Oh, dude, it was delicious.
PETA will not like our show.
Well, you know what, PETA? Those cows were going to get slaughtered anyway.
I guess
So
PETA's
I
not going to
might
listen to
as
us anyway because we're talking about a sport known as throwing a pigskin, so they're probably not having the show at
Well,
all.
I am a meat connoisseur. I ain't going to hide it. So the sports book is like right there. I don't know if it was the sports book or just a bar with big ass TVs in it. But they had the Chiefs, and I was like sitting right there, man. I could see the Chiefs and the Denver Broncos play. And man, oh man, dude, I cringed when I saw Mahomes kneecap, dude. And he
Right.
was in pain and crying. And I was like, well, there goes my fantasy. I mean, I only won one game this year, but still. I mean, now that's just like the nail in the coffin right there.
Right. Well,
So-
hey, look, dude, I looked at it like this, dude. That's the nail in the coffin for the Chiefs organization for a long time. Here's the thing, man.
I mean, dude, it was
Yeah, dude.
horrible because it
A
kept
quarter-
showing it over and over again, too, dude.
The quarterback's knees are very important. I know he relies a lot on his arm, but you got to be able to move. And if he can't move, dude, he's a sitting duck, and he's about to get destroyed.
And I'm afraid we're going to have another RG3 situation.
Right, because he's trying to come back
because
so quickly.
He is practicing this week, y'all. This is what, Wednesday? He got
Yeah,
hurt
he got hurt Thursday.
Thursday, dude. And now you're rushing him back?
Well, it's
Why,
because they know
Andy
Matt
Lee?
Moore is trash, dude.
It doesn't matter, man. Your future is more important, man. You can lose 2 to 3 games, maybe. And
But
hope
not
that
for them. Not for them because of the way their schedule's set up, man. Their schedule's set up this week. They got the Packers. That's a loss, probably, no matter.
Yeah. I mean, without Mahomes, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Matt Moore is going to give that ball away as many times as he possibly can. It's basically Matt Moore turnovers is what they should call him. So, like, after they have that, though, dude, they have the Vikings, which is probably yet another loss, dude. They're looking at losing every home game they've had thus far this year besides, like, the Ravens game. Dude, they really look like they're about to lose all their home games because they're going to lose to the Packers at home. They're going to lose to the Vikings at home. The next game that they have is on the road to the Titans. If he's back by then, maybe we'll start winning, but I don't know.
I mean, because your defense, I mean, guys were playing as Flacco, and Flacco just looked horrible out there. I mean, he just looked like he had, you know, his last rodeo was just not working out.
Well, here's what Andy Reid's going to have to do. Andy Reid's going to have to put down his little offensive chart of all the stupid plays he's ever seen in his life, and he's going to have to figure out some defensive guru stuff because he's going to have to stop Aaron Rodgers, and then he's going to have to stop Kirk Cousins. He's going to have to stop those two quarterbacks 1 week after the next if he wants to keep this team in a playoff hunt. Because if we slip down to 5-4 before Patrick comes back, or even worse, 5-5, maybe even 5-6, you might as well call this season done. Because the back end of the season has the Patriots in it. It also has the Bears in it, which, I mean, granted, it's not a guaranteed loss for us, but it's also not a guaranteed win either. And, you know, we still got to play the Chargers a couple of times who might feel, like, inspired. So you never know, dude. Like, because you lose one of those BS games along the way somehow. They got to figure out something.
I don't know how we won against it because, I mean, I know we were a damn good team and our offense showed up this week. But
well, the Chargers have a lot of injuries.
Well, not that, though. The Chargers just always have our number. Like, it's just one of those teams that they are fucking like, they were like 3-20 against, like, we were 3-20 against them since like '96, you know?
Well,
it's just one of those teams.
They got a lot of injuries right now, dude.
Oh, I understand. Even with the injuries, I still expected to lose. Just because that's the way sometimes. No, it's just the way sometimes sports is, you know? Like, man, you just can't get past that one team. Or is it a mental block, or you don't know what it is. It's just like,
I guess that's the Patriots.
It's something exactly. So, I like I say, Chargers could get inspired. You know, it is Phillip Rivers, and he needs to be supporting those kids. I mean, Oakland don't scare me though, would you?
Not anymore.
They
look good, but they also look bad too. This is the best they've looked in a while, so if they start feeding into the Gruden idea, they will become a stout team that, you know, people will have to deal with for a couple more years. But I'm hoping that they don't buy into it because I hope that they fall to like 6-10 for the year, and then they just don't care about Gruden anymore. But
when I was in Vegas this week, I was joking with my dad. I was saying, yeah, man, because they're selling Raiders crap now everywhere. I was like, man, Jonathan would have to hate me if I just became a Raiders fan. Give it my Titan blue for the black and silver, man. I was like, that just don't mix well, man.
Hey, dude, I mean, if you move to Vegas and become a Raiders fan, you know, that's on you, man. Just enjoy the heartache of being
still
a Raiders,
dude. Oh, the stadium looked incredible, though.
Oh, it's looking much better. It's coming along.
It's coming along, man.
It's looking pretty good too, man. I can't believe there's going to be all these brand new, fresh stadiums here in a couple of years.
We're going to definitely check another Raiders game because at least
I'll wear Chiefs black
before they just take it over and make it trashy. We'll get in there before it gets, you know, desensitized by.
It'll be trashy from the jump. Trust me, dude. These are the Raiders. All right, folks. Well, that's the first half of the Ricky Williams trilogy. When we come back, it'll be time for us to make our picks, find out who we think is going to win. I don't even know if we have the results from the Moose.
Oh, I got them, man. We got
the results.
The Moose was able to get to it. He told me where to find them, and man, I am shocked.
All right. Well, we're going to come back with more of the Ricky Williams trilogy in just a minute.
And we're out.
Yeah, I don't remember. right, everybody, and welcome back to the Ricky Williams Trilogy. That's right, the RWT. We are down one in the trilogy this week. The Moose is not with us, but the Moose did pretty well last week as far as his picks were concerned. That's right, we are getting to the point now where the Duke and myself will be making our picks. The Penny and the Moose has already made theirs. And right now, Duke has some results from last week.
Yes. Last week was a good week for me and for Moose and for the Penny, my friend. Actually,
things weren't so great for me. That's fine. You know what? I'm okay.
It's fine, man. It's fine. Somehow the Moose went 11-3. I would have gone 11-3 if I had picked my own team, but I went 10-4. Be easy when we went back to check what it was. Apparently, you were right. You did pick the Titans, so you
yeah, dude, man. Because I remember we had that fight over it. And the Moose was like, no. And I was like, well, no, you can't just not take my pick.
You know, the Moose drinks sometimes. And somehow the Penny went 9-5, people. That is disrespectful.
That would have to be 9-4.
9, 10,
9-5. You're right.
15, 14.
No, it's 9-5. Man, my math up right now. I'm getting high. All right.
Oh, man, it's cool. Smoke that. Smoke every day, man.
I mean, yeah, smoke it if you've got it, man.
That's right, man. And that time is California love.
So
let's overall, Moose is 67-38. I'm 56-49. Second place goes to Be Easy, who's 7 games back of the Moose, 60-45. And the Penny is dead last at 47-58. Currently, your winning percentage is 56.6, my friend, which wouldn't be making you money at Money Mouth. I'm 52.8.
Well, no, we're not betting on the spreads.
No. We'll be betting on we do win-loss.
We would do win-loss. If we bet on the spread, I might actually be a little closer because some of these games might have worked out in the favor of the underdog, but just not them winning.
Exactly. And then mine, I'm at 52.8. So I'm still winning. Winning percentage is important. But we had 106 games played already. So we've reached over the century mark for the season.
Right. But we still got to get ready for this next week.
It was a tough first half of the season, my friend. It was tough.
Things are going to probably get tougher for teams like the Redskins. Redskins right now are going to be starting us off this week. They have the Thursday night game, going to see the Minnesota Vikings, a team that has been surging, doing well. I myself am going Minnesota.
Really, man? You going to go Minnesota on this one?
Well, I mean, you can pick the Vikings if you want, or you can pick the Redskins.
Oh, sorry, the Redskins. That's right. They have no quarterback right now. Oh, yes, of course. It is. Let's go ahead and pencil you in, Redskins. Yes, I'm taking over for the Moose tonight, so I'm actually entering this into the Excel spreadsheet because, well, that professional had the Ricky Williams Trilogy. We didn't do the news tonight. And you know what? Redskins ain't got no quarterback. They just fired their coach. They're uninspired. They're looking for don't throw that Haskins kid in yet. For the love of God, don't throw him in there, okay? Please, new coach.
Well, from what I understand, they don't believe in him, or at least the coaching staff didn't want him, and only the GMs did. See, when you have a dysfunction from the top to the bottom, you're not going to have a good team. So they're dealing with dysfunction, and that's why they're not going to win this game.
That's right. Apparently my dysfunction was with the quarterback too, which, I mean, the quarterback is the general. So you got to believe in your quarterback. I like Haskins. I think that, let him sit on the bench for a couple of years. He could be great. But the Redskins was not the organization to develop this kid. But moving on, man, we got two birds going at it. We got the Seahawks at the Falcons. Who do you like?
Well, the Falcons just got rid of one of their wide receivers to the Patriots, so the rich just get richer. But I'm going to take the Falcons losing. I'm going Seahawks, baby. We're going the birds from the Northwest coming down and beating these Falcons who I don't understand. their coach is still there, right? He hadn't been fired, has he?
No, not yet. He has taken over the defense too, play calling, I believe. So he's doing all sorts of stuff.
Well, I don't know how they haven't fired him, but either way, going Seahawks.
Apparently too. Let me tell you in the past because I forgot the Moose is not here, so I'm gonna speak for him. The Vikings he picked over, of course. That was a clean sweep, except for the Penny. The Penny went Redskins for some reason. He's I guess he is 5 o'clock somewhere for the Penny. The Moose also picked the Seahawks as a clean sweep. The Penny went with the Seahawks too. Apparently
you're going Seahawks. You're not going Falcons.
I'm going Seahawks all the way, dude. All the way. Who the hell wouldn't? I mean, after last week, I mean, on the road, Russell. I mean, the Falcons is a confidence game. So let's go get the Seahawks back on track for the playoffs. Next game up, dude. This is gonna be a barn burner. Broncos at the Colts.
You know, you got to go Colts in that. Yeah, I'll go Colts. I wouldn't be surprised the Broncos pulled it out because I don't understand that team when they want to show up and when they don't. But I think the Colts are the better squad, so they should win this one.
They should. But I won't go all crazy on you, man, because you know what? I kind of believe in my team now. Maybe Tannehill is the answer for this season. Maybe our stout defense can just lead us to the playoffs and, you know, poor Flacco. So I'm going to go with Flacco on this one, man. It's in the dome. It's not outside. It should be easy breezy for him. And for some reason, the Colts like to lose to teams like this when it gets in the middle of the season. I love Jacoby, but, man, they let the Raiders come up and then push them around too. And the Raiders ain't that great yet. And always when you're playing the dome, it's a lot easier. So I'm going to go Broncos. Moose went with the Colts, though. And the Penny goes Broncos. And you go Colts.
Yep.
And the game of the week. Oh, never mind. The 2015 draft has passed this long ago, my friend. My Tennessee Titans was number 1 second pick. The Bucks was number 1 pick. If you remember correctly, it's crazy how times have changed. Mariota in the very first game against the Buccaneers. Fucking threw for 5 touchdowns, I believe. He was going to be our savior. He was going to be my hope. He had the Titans excited again. And we had the rematch with maybe Jameis Winston will be sitting on the bench.
That's not going to happen.
I don't know. Maybe he gets taken out. Who knows? But it's the Bucks at the Titans. It's going to be an interesting game. I like this game for the Titans. I think that, you know, the defense stout, Jeffrey Simmons. Tannehill does look like he's at least a decent quarterback to throw the ball around. I like the Titans to pull this one out.
Yeah, I like the Titans only for the fact that they're 3-4 and they're a 500 team. So they'll probably win this one to get back to 500, and then they'll probably lose next week.
I don't know, man. Like I said, maybe Tannehill.
Your team writes it like a well-oiled script.
Here's the thing with Tannehill. It may be like with Colin. What was it? Have another drink, Collins. When we could totally just make a little run in the playoffs and then just drop off again. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. You're going to win this one. You'll lose to the Panthers. I mean, you're probably not going to.
Oh, dude, no. We won't lose to the Panthers, man. We'll lose to the team after that.
Panthers are kind of like the same exact team, but with a better running back. And so that's where you guys are going to.
Oh, Henry's going to ball out, man. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Yeah. The Moose agrees with us. He's got the Titans, but the Penny, he likes a Winston with the crab legs, and he's got the Bucks. Moving on, man. I would say this would be the battle of the smallest quarterbacks in the league, but Drew Brees is not out there, so we can't say that. We got the Cardinals, Kyler Murray, versus the Saints and Teddy Bridgewater, who deserves more credit than he's getting.
I'm going with the Saints. I mean, why not? They don't lose. They just don't lose. I don't understand. They just don't lose, man.
I'm actually, because I gotta pick some wins up, man. You know, I'm behind you guys, so I need to really kind of find the wins where I can. And you know what? I got to go Cardinals, man. For some reason, Kyle Murray has been good this year. Apparently, that Cliff Berry's offense, whatever, catered to him. I wish we did that with Mariota. We didn't. First time with a kid in the dome on Astrograss, on AstroTurf. I like it, man. I kind of like the upset.
He plays in a dome. He plays in Arizona.
Dude, that's on grass, though, man. That has an open roof. I'm talking about a true dome like the fucking Mercedes-Benz Superdome. So I'm just going on a limb, man. For some reason, Cardinals, man, I'll always like the Cardinals, man, ever since they got screwed out of the Super Bowl. But you are going to go Saints. And for some reason, my friend, the Moose goes Saints too. And the penny goes Cardinals. So, interesting game. I should be watching that. Who's next, man?
I don't think we've mentioned the Giants and the Lions yet, have we?
Nope. We got the Giants at the Lions.
You know, Lions haven't won in a while, nor have the Giants either. I mean, I got to go with the Lions just because they're at home, but, man, they don't look great right now, so I don't know what to think of them.
Apparently, Matt Stafford's like the greatest quarterback to not play on a winning team. He just set some kind of crazy record, too. I wish we drafted him. Maybe we would have changed our franchise around. Man, dude, but what if could have been? He got stuck on the Lions, and, man, the kid got paid, didn't he? So good for him. I don't believe in the coach, my friend. I think he's just another Belichick failure. I do like the Giants. Like I said, I do love these kids who play outside coming to the dome to play. I want to take the Giants, man. I think there's something's gonna be weird this weekend, man. We have a lot of upsets, so I go Giants.
All right.
And also the penny goes Giants. But you and the Moose are the same kind of people. That's right. New England people.
All right.
You're going to go Lions on that one.
Okay. Well, there's other games in the 10 o'clock slot. Eagles and Bills. Haven't talked about that one yet.
Eagles and everybody in Philadelphia right now wants to get rid of the coach and Carson Wentz.
They don't want to get rid of Carson Wentz, the person who can't get the ball down the field. They don't want to get rid of him.
Whoa, they just paid this man a lot of money, my friend.
Well, so it's the coach's problem. The coach that got Nick Foles to win them a damn Super Bowl. He's the problem. You can kiss my butt, man. Philadelphia's stupid. They are stupid, ignorant, arrogant dumbasses. That man is the reason you won, not stupid Carson Wentz who can't throw the ball. You need to fire the GMs. You need to fire everybody up in the executive towers, man, because they're the idiots that are paying a man who's never done anything $100 million.
Carson Wentz is getting paid a lot of money. That's the thing with Mariota that, you know, at least we didn't get caught with that because there's a lot of money to be believing in one guy, and Carson Wentz is not getting it done, my friend.
Like he is not the guy.
I agree with
he is not the guy to win this game either. Unfortunately, any other time in my life, I'd be saying the Eagles, but not this Eagles, not these Bills. I'm going Buffalo.
Man, dude, I got to – like I said, I got to pick some wins up this week. I'm coming from behind. I'm going to go Eagles just because I just don't believe in Bills Mafia. Sorry, guys.
I think you need to believe in that defense is going to cause Carson Wentz some problems, man. I think.
I understand. I have
a if they could cause Tom Brady to have some issues, Carson Wentz ain't shit.
No, I'm just saying though.
I'm just saying, dog.
I'm just saying, man. I gotta get some wins up in here, okay?
You gotta see Tom Brady and Carson Wentz. You ain't trying to see Carson Wentz, dog.
I'm just saying, man. Just gotta get some wins, man. I gotta kick against you guys.
You better make a little prayer for Carson Wentz, man.
I'll make a little prayer, man. I'll get a little statue, a little thing going for him. I mean, you guys. Apparently, I am the only one who believes in the Dirty Birds. because the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is his new season. I haven't seen it. I hear it's funny. I'm looking forward to watching it. But it would have been a clean sweep, but I picked the Eagles.
Yeah, I don't think I've picked an away team this whole round.
I don't think you have, man. Let's see. You got the Vikings at home.
There's no way.
Oh, no, you picked the Seahawks.
Okay, thank God. There's at least one. All right, I picked one.
We got the Bungles at the Rams. This looks like a good game for the Rams to get the confidence
at least
back.
they could bounce back and get some victories going because you got to go Rams with this. There ain't no way the Bungles are winning any games.
Has Sean McVay got figured out? Yes, but not by the Bungles. So, moving on. That was actually our first clean sweep. Is Rams all the way. Good job. Next, man, there's trade talk. Apparently, they're not happy with the QB situation up at Chicagoland. They have the Chargers coming into the
trade talk. Who the fuck wants Mitch Trubisky?
Oh, trade? No, they want to bring a quarterback in.
Okay.
They're going to bench Mitch. Yeah, they're trying to find a quarterback, man. Not that they want the kid. They're just trying to find a replacement.
Maybe they'll bring Marcus up.
Actually, true, man. You know, they do have history with that coaching staff up there, so I believe that if he did get in the right situation, he could do well. I didn't realize that Mitch was as bad. Apparently, you agree with everybody saying that he is.
I didn't believe in him last year. I didn't believe in him this year. I was the first to be like, especially when I saw him in that playoff game, I'm like, that dude looks worse than Sexy Rexy. But anyway.
Sexy Rexy.
In this game, dude, I don't know what to go with, man, because both teams are floundering. I just think the Chargers might have too many injuries, man. They lost another offensive lineman. I got to go Bears, man, but shit, I don't know.
I mean, dude, Chargers, after that last week's loss, Phillips pissed, man. I got to go Chargers. I don't see the Chargers losing 2 weeks in a row. Especially not.
Here's the thing, man. The Chargers don't have an explosive player at all. And it's even more so with Melvin Gordon coming back and proving that he was never worth the holdout money in the first place.
Oh, did you hear? He says he's not going to miss camp next year.
Well, he should have missed camp this year because he's awful. You can't miss camp, come back, and not do anything for the team, man. You had to come back and be somebody. You had to come back and elevate your team. A team that lost to a third-string quarterback. So your team ain't elevated at all. So, yeah, I got to go Bears, man, because at least that defense is going to make it so that everything's gone through Phillip Rivers. And I think you can stop him because he's just old.
Damn, but he's got 9 kids.
Yeah,
he's still popping those kids out, dude.
Dude, I think his oldest is playing in the NFL right now.
Damn.
Actually, I think his oldest is a daughter, so she's a cheerleader in the NFL.
Oh, wow. That's good for her, man. At least she's still a part of the sport that the dad loves to play. Well, we got the JJs up too. The Jets are going with Sam Darnold, who is apparently still seeing ghosts in the backfield against the Jaguars without Ramsey now. And the mustache so this is the mustache versus mono.
The mustache versus mono. Well, mono did not do well at all. Mono had some of the worst numbers I've ever seen for a quarterback this past week. And even though the Jaguars defense is going to be out one guy, that's very key, there's still a better defense than the Jets are in offense. So I'm going to go with this being a very tight game. If you had to bet the over-under, I would bet under big time on this one. And I'm going Jaguars to win this shit like 9-7.
You know, I got to go with you. I got to go with Jags. They're not complete garbage, but they're not complete dumpster fire like the Jets are.
Yeah, dude, find out what the over-under is on that game. I'm putting $1 down on the under, man.
Yes. Let's find out. Bovada. And if you this is a good time to plug the show, Money Mouth. As I check that we are still betting on NCAA football because we are going to make money off those kids just like the NCAA.
Hey, well, they're trying to at least some universities are trying to let the kids make money now.
We need to bring back football games, people. Okay, NCAA, Jonathan needs to be.
I mean, I don't need that in my life anymore. It was probably the best thing for me when they got rid of it.
I know.
My life back.
How you spent what was it like 50 years on in video game time to build up the Greenville.
I mean, at one point in time, it was like 20, 40 maybe. So it was about 30 some years.
You ran a career out for whatever it is on the game. It says I think it's like maybe 50 years. Who knows? But on that game, you played it out all the way.
Hey, man, the Green Chiefs, they needed coaching.
You know, and you were the cupcakes, man. You were the cupcakes, and you took your beatings, and yeah. Wow, look at this. Wow, over under 41 points.
Yeah, dude, I would definitely take the under on that, man.
All right, man. Let's make a side bet. This is your side bet for $1.
This is my week side bet here. The under on the Jets-Jaguars game. I just don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring in that one, dude. And if it rains there, that'll be even better, dude.
It's going to get sloppy if it rains.
I know. I hope it rains because then they got no chance in hell. Actually, right now it looks like it's going to be 87 and sunny. But I still don't think a lot of scoring is happening in that game. All right.
Man. We're risking $1 to win 91 cents.
You know it, baby. You know it.
And that is this week's Money Mouth. Moving on.
Crossover. A little crossover.
Man. We got to do a crossover dribble just like Iverson used to do, breaking ankles, people.
All right. Well, hopefully no ankles will be broken in this next game where the Panthers are playing the 49ers. I have a very, very, very strong belief that the Panthers are going to give them their first loss of the year.
Oh, wow. And you believe that?
They're riding high right now. I think they can get got mainly on Jimmy G. He's their weak link, and I think the Panthers might be able to exploit that just enough to get the victory.
Get the victory, my friend. Get the victory. Moose last time picked the Jags. So the Penny picked the Jets. But this week, the Moose is going to 49ers. And you know what? I kind of agree with them. I think the hype train is going to keep steaming on, but it's not this week that decides to crash. I'm going to go 49ers because at home, Panthers are traveling all the way across the country to play this game. It's going to be tough on them. Young quarterback, poor Cam Newton. He may get traded to Chicago. I mean, who knows?
Cam Newton's not going to Chicago.
Cam Newton to Chicago. I'm calling it now.
Cam Newton will be a baby enough to force his way to whatever team he wants to go to, which would probably be at this point in time the Pittsburgh Steelers. But that's not something we're going to talk about right now.
No. And I got the 49ers. The Penny has the 49ers. So you are the only one left there on the island with the Panthers, my friend.
Hopefully it'll be my pick of the week.
Next we got
the Browns seeing the Patriots, and I think they're going to leave a big brown on that field, baby. I think the Patriots are going to run right through them. I'm going in New England, baby.
Why are we even talking about this? Like, we already decided that they're going to go undefeated.
I don't know, dude. I think they might lose to the Colts for no reason. But other than that, dude, yeah, I don't see it.
Oh, my goodness. Then they might be like, look at the Colts. They're going to win the Super Bowl. Oh, Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith. It's going to be annoying there. So I hope that don't happen. Of course, I got the Patriots. Baker, you're going to need some therapy after this game. It's going to hurt. because if you're gonna throw for 100 yards, who do you throw 100 yards against? Was it? Well, who knows, man?
I don't know.
Crappy. But you ain't gonna do it this week, and you need to sit on the sidelines and just go. Hell, don't even play this week, Baker. Go get up there in the stands and watch it like a fan, so you can see what a real quarterback looks like, and maybe get some pointers from the great one, Tom Brady. Sorry, buddy, but you are running your mouth too much. You ain't showing up, man. I got the Patriots. Because everybody was talking about, oh, my goodness, this could be a great game, man. When the season started, they're like, wow. I mean, if Baker and them are like undefeated going into Patriots, this could be a great game. Nope, sorry. They're still the Browns. And the Raiders are going to Texans, and we know who the Raiders are. We know who the Texans are. Who do you got?
I don't know, dude. I don't really know who either team is. But I'll go with the Texans because, whatever. They keep losing.
Man, you're going to go, oh, the Raiders keep losing? I got to go with the upset here. Raiders. Some reason they like playing in the Dome. Like I said, they gave the Colts a tidbit. I believe they beat the Colts. But I like the Raiders. Apparently the Moose agrees with you and the Penny agrees with you, the Texans. So I am the only one going that way. Of course,
as you should be.
As I should be, because I got to get a win, man. I got to be picking up. I'm like 10 games behind. It's the middle of the season, I got to make a playoff run, y'all. Apparently, but the Penny's too drunk. They picked the Browns against the Patriots. Oh, we got the Packers and the Chiefs. Packers are going into Arrowhead Stadium, one of my favorite places to watch a football game. Please. Matt Moore is up. Mahomes practice this week, as we talked about earlier in the show. Now, who do you got?
I got the Packers.
I know you do, man. The defense last week went off on Flacco. It was a short week. Thursday night games are weird like that. Aaron Rodgers is coming off of his best game of his career. That is a confidence booster because he played against the worst defense in the league. So, yeah, Aaron, you're not that great. But you're going to be great under the lights with the Packers, my friend. It's going to be a bad game. I just see maybe I just see Aaron Rodgers picking apart that secondary.
Yeah, so, I don't believe in Matt Moore turnovers, so.
Not at all. Matt Moore, God bless you, kid. God bless you. I just really hope they don't rush Mahomes back, but Andy Reid wants to keep his job, right? So
I don't think it's in jeopardy, but
no, it's not in jeopardy. Not even after he freezes a kicker when it's fucking 3 degrees outside, who shanked it past the 20-yard. Oh,
dude, he didn't even kick it to the 20-yard.
No, it wasn't even that. It was horrible. We got the greatest game ever, man. I gotta say, this is probably the best Monday Night Football game of the year. Dolphins and the Steelers.
Pretty recently.
Oh, yeah. Well, yes. But I think, man, this one's going to top it, man. Dolphins at the Steelers, my friend.
No one's going to watch this game. It's the Steelers winning. So let's just get that out.
Steelers fans will be watching this game.
No, they won't.
No, they won't. Because Big Ben is not out there impressing the women.
Wow.
Ooh. Sorry, but apparently that's a clean sweep for the Steelers. I apologize, y'all. The Penny had picked the Chiefs to win, so the Penny's drunk. So, interesting, man. Looks like a good week. Got to go with some long shots. You pick some W's up. You be eating those W's up like Winston. He been eating those W's. So, good week. And that concludes the show, my friend. Tell them about your little side project real fast.
All right. Well, side project of IMD Weed. Everybody check that out. It's a nice little movie and marijuana podcast. Last week we did a throwback. Watch the movie Scream. So listen to us talk about the movie Scream, a classic from our childhood. Nev Campbell and the crew. You remember those days, Duke. The days of Scream.
That's a great movie. I actually watched it a few weeks ago.
I think when we worked at the theater, though, that's when Scream 2 came out. So that we were there for the second round of it.
Wow.
But,
We're that old, huh? Wow.
Yeah, dude. Well, because the first Scream came out in 96. I think the second one came out in like 98, maybe 99. It was let me check real quick. If it was 99, we were definitely working there. But either way, you can also check us out, everybody. Actually, no, it came out in 97, so we weren't working there yet. Maybe we were there for the third one. We were definitely there for Scary Movie, though. I definitely know we were there for that.
Scary Movie, my friend. Yeah, we were definitely there for that. Yeah, the original one. The original one. Smoke it.
We were definitely there for that, man.
I
That's when we first got, at least when I first got the job. But you can find us also with the Ricky Williams Trilogy on many different formats. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, as well as Twitter. Don't forget to look for us on the internet in general. You can find us through YouTube, and you can find us through our website of Fumble Rooski Sports. Just look for the tab for the Ricky Williams Trilogy, and you will find us. Also, if you happen to be in Seattle or Rhode Island or Los Angeles, just follow us to our cars. You can do that. Duke, anything else that you'd like to add before we sign off?
Of course, I like to plug our other show, Money Mouth. I always try to get it up on Tuesdays. We record on Mondays because we like to get our picks in early because we are not indecisive people. We guarantee our wins. We guarantee that you make money. I mean, we are in the money right now with Money Mouth. Great show. Like I said, as far as on podcasts, I say please do not follow us. But hey, it's okay. Hit that like button for this on YouTube. We would like to thank our 7 subscribers out there. You're listening right now. We appreciate it. 7 God bless you people for being the first 7 to believe in this company. And that's about it, man. I'm going to see Tannehill again this week. I don't know how I feel about it, but I guess I got to support the team, right?
Hey, he's winning for your team. So you might as well give him some respect.
I give him. I mean, he is bringing Corey Davis out. He looks like a beast. AJ is getting his catches. Humphreys is getting his catches. Delaney is out with a foot injury, so I don't know. I just really love Mariota. So. But like I say, football is a business, always has been, and if you're not producing, something's got to change, and I understand. So, hey, that's the way she goes, right?
It's true, man. Well, as always, before we sign off, go Chiefs, even with Matt Moore.
Go Titans, even with Tannehill.
And screw the Patriots.
And screw the Patriots, man. Tom Brady,